8:43 at iFiber One. Vicki, we got two great guests in studio.
Yes, we
Let's
do.
talk with them. It's Dick Taylor and Wendy Smith from the Port of Shelton. Morning, gang.
Good morning.
How you doing?
We're doing
Good.
How about them Mariners?
Are you kidding me?
Yay.
They're doing something special.
They're doing
now.
something, that's for sure.
Good.
I'm a fan
Just
now.
tell me you're not an Angels fan.
Yeah.
No.
We're still trying to convert her on the football, but
that ain't
for
going to
sure.
happen. I'm a 49er fan.
They are
so.
lovely.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
no, I
Can't
won't
believe
jump
it.
on that bandwagon.
Yeah.
It's really nice. It's really nice
super fun.
after the drought we've had in the postseason. So
Yeah.
The drought or the trout that we've
The
been
drought
seeing.
and the trout.
yeah, trout's good too. What's the Port been up to this past week?
Well, we have a couple things going on.
Okay.
Today, we have a new seasonal maintenance employee starting.
Okay,
So
nice.
want to welcome Cody
Congratulations.
Hill to the team. And he comes highly recommended from the city. He's
Very
worked a
cool.
couple times for the city, but he's actually a student at Central. And so
wow.
getting
Very
a
cool.
4-year degree.
Oh,
And so
nice.
he has 1 year left. So he's here for the
Welcome,
summer.
Cody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
welcome, Cody.
Cool.
So we're anxious and excited to have him join the team. He's got tons of skills.
It's a
and
good
he'll
help.
fit right in.
Those guys work hard up there.
Super
Short,
good
They do.
short staff.
Yeah.
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 So the things they've been up to is yesterday, actually. Well, let me go back a little bit. We have a reciprocal agreement with the Shelton Yacht Club, and they pressure wash our docks twice a year. And so when they do that, they usually let us know that the spring washing is done or whatever. And they're really great about telling us if they see things that, may not be okay. And so some of the dock surfaces on the south dock that we keep talking about needing to replace
Right.
were pretty rotten. And so
This would be like the sticky surface so people
Yeah,
don't
planking,
slip?
yeah.
or-
no, just the dock surface itself.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not, just the wood. So we went down. Our amazing maintenance crew, as good as they are, they went down and fixed that right up. So they
Oh,
replaced
right
those
on.
boards and got that done yesterday.
Good.
So
Very
those
cool.
guys are just everywhere all the time, which leads me to the next topic. They, have started our spraying of the noxious weeds, and really we're dealing with spotted knapweed is our, I guess, big culprit.
That's it this year?
Yeah, and so they've started, and so they, Al took it upon himself to call the county and just ask some questions yesterday about some of the stuff they're using to kill it, and things aren't working, and the gal said, "Wow, you guys are leading the pack. You're really ahead of the game.
Yeah,
Good
that's
for you."
good.
So
Very nice.
Yeah.
kudos again to my
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
maintenance staff. They're
They're amazing.
always everywhere doing so
And
many
you
good
got to
things.
get on that
so.
stuff. You can't let it
Yep.
Oh, no.
give it.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
gotta go.
we had some rain. We had an inch of rain, or close to an inch of rain this past weekend, and
Yeah.
a ton of sun.
Yep,
So these
there you
things are
go.
just going
Oh,
to
they're
Everything
just
grows,
yeah, it's like the best case scenario. Yeah. So the other way, so we've talked to some of our tenants, don't really want us in their leased areas spraying for various reasons. And so the other thing that tenants can do, or anyone for that matter, could look up these various noxious weeds and see what they look like. But the county's really good about telling you how to get rid of them. So if you don't want to
cool.
spray, or you don't
Right.
want us to spray, on our properties, you're able to, I think, pull out the roots and put them in garbage bags and actually just dump them.
Oh,
so,
wow, yeah.
So there's different, so check it out. It's just kind of a public service.
I try to
thing,
do
but-
that with weeds. You try and get it
Yeah.
without the root, but
Oh.
sometimes
So hard. I know.
it'll just break right off. You're like,
I know. Now it's going to
okay.
come back 4 times.
right? Even bigger.
Yeah.
You do it in my front yard, and the green is gone.
Yeah,
When I pulled all the dandelions.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So then airport, our inactive runway is busy,
Yeah.
all the time as it happens this time of year. But the main thing going on is the environmental study has started basically with, they're doing a bunch of, I don't know exactly what it's called, but street horned lark studies and surveys early morning. So they get out there, and Brandon's been joining them on all those. And so there'll be a write-up of that. I think they have to do several to put that in that environmental study for the upcoming projects we're doing at the airport, which will happen construction-wise next year. So that all fits into the engineering and planning for that. So
Have there been animals or insects, or have you determined them in the past that have been part of any sort of protection that you guys have had to figure out a workaround, something like that?
Well, the lark is certainly one of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they looked at the Shelton pocket gopher. It's not
Yeah.
on the list, but it could be. I mean, it's being considered.
We haven't had some of the airports have had
Yeah.
real great
Yeah.
restrictions, and we haven't
We haven't
yet,
had
but we
any.
do have a plan
Good.
for the gopher and the larks.
And we had to put in a culvert for the gopher, right? Yeah, we had to
I
put a
think so.
culvert under 101 so that the gopher could get from one side to the other.
Oh my goodness,
Isn't that
that's so
something?
funny.
And it said, the maintenance guy said what it was is it set up a lunch counter for the foxes and the coyotes.
I bet. They
Because
know
the
they're
critters
coming
would go
right
through that culvert and the fox or the coyote would be
Yeah.
at the other end of it waiting for them.
Oh
So
my
you know
goodness.
exactly where it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's different
So-
techniques, how
Just
we
put
mow.
a neon arrow at
Yeah.
it.
There you
Yeah,
go.
here we
There I
are.
am.
Yeah, it's like a
Lunchtime.
cartoon.
No.
Yeah. So mowing, you can mow an extra strip to mediate or mitigate some of the others. So there's different techniques over the years that we have in our plans. And so,
Good.
yeah.
Sounds like things are coming along nicely on
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
properties of the port.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Absolutely.
All right.
So the other, just to say one more, so John's Prairie,
Yeah.
we kind of left that out, but our project is coming along on the old planer mill at 30 East Exports, the very first large
Right.
building. We were walling that. That's part of a curb project,
cool.
and they're out there doing that construction now. So that's coming along.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, so that'll get up and running soon, and then we have another roof issue out at actually the Lynch Creek site. All those old mill buildings. They just so this winter, we had Andy and his crew, mark the floor and point out where these leaks. So our guys went up there yesterday to check that out.
Good.
Oh, very cool.
Always
Yeah.
good work out at the port.
Yeah.
Lots of things happening.
Keeping them busy.
We'll post the links to the port on this interview here and check back in next week as we continue through the summer. And yeah, you're right, that inactive runway. Busy, not so inactive. with all the
Right.
other
Right.
Yeah,
things
it's an
going on.
active runway, not for runway.
Right.
Yeah, not for
Yeah.
runway. Very cool.
Yeah.
Dick Taylor, Wendy Smith, good to see you guys.
Good to be
you
here.
too.
Have a good one.
Thanks.
Let's get on out of here.